はいどうも、人生かきいろです。俺たちと、PS4 で40代プレイということでですね、今回プレイするソフトは、シャーロックホームズ罪と罰になります。よろしくお願いいたします。このゲームね、その昔、やってたんですが、やったというか、セールでね、買ってたんですけど、ずーっとそのままほったらかしだったんですよね。で、前からやろうかなと思いながら、そのまましてソフトだったんで、これ満を持してね、前回申し上げた通りちょっと、僕の夏休みができなかったんで夏休みするゲームかって言われたらちょっと違うんですけども、こちらの方やっていきたいと思います。ではよろしくお願いします。完全な初見プレイです。了解。だけどこのゲームね、なんかすっげえ長いらしいんですよね、聞くところ言うと。クリアまで全エピソードやると30時間かかるらしいんで、だから普通に考えると、10回ぐらい多分配信しないとクリアできないなっていう。今回はちょっと試しというか最初なんでね、2時間ちょっとぐらいで終わろうと思ってるんですけど、どんな感じなんでしょうか。何語これ。ウクライナの天国100を記念して、オープニングムービー。結構音量でけえな。これなんだろう、遺伝子のなんか流れ的なものを出すのかな。人物の観察が完了すると事件簿の張り出し、推理空間アイコン、そんなのあんの？聞いて全く見てないですからね、説明書的なもんも。字幕かな？こいつ動かす隠れる。こいつ何やってんの？よく変人って言われますけどね、ホームズってね。すげえ熊の毛皮だ。これそういうあれか？エフェクトというか、今のが隠れる練習ってこと？それでわかるの
？What is it this time? He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. Gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as
Peter Carey.
Been murdered. A sailor, most probably. What happened here?
ハドソンさん。
Mr. Holmes, how could you? It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
送ってくる壺を壊すのかよ。
I missed 4 out of 10. Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try? Am I the only one here? I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter. Peter Carey.
これだけどちょっと字幕を読みすぎるのしんどいですね。
An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune.
さっきも申し上げましたけど、本当に30時間かかるらしいんでね。
Near Forest Road.
まあ、できるだけこれの配信ずっとやりますけど、まあ、もしかしたら間で違うものも入れるかもしれませんので、そのあたりはご容赦願いたいと思います。
Yes and no. In fact, this crime is so mysterious.
まあ、今年中にはクリアしますよ。
Give me half an hour to prepare, Inspector.
Take your time and join me there. I have to go through the yard first. The merry men struck again.
メリーダ。
They robbed a powder reserve. I'll meet you at
木こりのリー。お店かな。
I should help Mrs. Hudson here. I also have several appointments that I must keep this afternoon.
I shall go alone then.
チュートリアルみたいな感じと思うんですけどね、最初多分ね。木こりのリー。
I cannot leave yet. I am not finished here.
何したらいいの？これか？ピーター・ケル殺人鬼を捜査する木こりのリーの犯罪現場を調べる。着ていく服を選べ木こりのリーにレストレートと交流する。
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
GTA 的な感じか、この辺りは。
You go along to Peter Carey's house. Mrs. Hudson and I will take care of the mess you've made here.
着替えなきゃ。とりあえず。着替えどこにあんの？こっちかな？こことかか？いろいろあるな。めっちゃいろいろ持ってんじゃん。こいつにするか？この人結構変装するんだよな、いつもな。髪型変えられるってことか。とりあえずこれにするか。ひげはいらないな。似合わない。やっぱこのイメージですかね。シャーロック・ホームズの冒険見てたんで、本来は。このぐらいかな。これでいこう。変装することがあるっていうかすごいよね。なかなかないっすよね。まあ劇中で見たことありますけどね。なんかホームレスになったりとか。
This is where I keep my post.
Oh, what a mess! What a terrible mess!
すいません。ここ行ってもしょうがないな、別に。何もないから。出るか。木こりのリー。これは自動で移動するのか。ここか。
Mr. Holmes, I'm over here. Come on.
いや、いい。何もわかんないけど。まあ、とりあえず行って話聞くか。まずは。
Inspector Lestrade, when will you remove my husband's body? It's sacrilegious to leave him here like this.
As soon as we can, Mrs. Carey, I assure you. Allow me to introduce you to Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
どうも。
He's a detective. No doubt you've heard of him. I'll wait for you in front of the cabin, Mr. Holmes.
My condolences, Mrs. Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
うん。何これ。カメオ。他別に何もないけど。園芸用手袋。鳥小屋。うん。すべてが楽になる。どういうことだこれ。
Madam, can you tell me if you saw or heard anything
まあ無難だけどね。
unusual upon the night of the murder?
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I heard a terrible scream. I thought nothing of it then. He would scream all the time when he was drunk.
Can you please tell me what occurred on the evening of the murder?
前の日。
Peter got drunk in the evening. He was in such a
酔ってた時は小屋で一晩中気を失いお酒を飲む。
drinking in his cabin before passing out.
はあ。
Do you remember at what time you found your husband's body?
In the morning,
来たのは朝
around
7時
7
頃。
o'clock, I noticed the cabin door was open, but I didn't go in to take a look, for I knew my husband would not have liked it.
確認してな
10
い。
o'clock, I dared to glance
10時頃に思い切って中に入ったら死体があったと。うん。
Was your husband accustomed to receiving visitors?
Oh no, I don't think so. I mean, he didn't really
そう
have
なん
many
か。
friends. He lived quite
僕と一緒や
an
な。あんまりいないって。
after his retirement.
You have indeed suffered a great loss, Mrs. Carey. Nevertheless, I believe it will be less of a burden for you soon.
楽になる。どういうこと？
Yes, life with Peter was never easy, but he was still my husband.
He was different, wasn't he, when you first met him upon your return from Plymouth?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. Oh my goodness, but how do you know about that?
ん？最初ぐらいちょっとヒントくれよ、ヒントよ。うん。巡礼、被害者の経歴？被害者の経歴。巡礼かな？
You undertook a pilgrimage to the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela when you were young. That much is evident from the rosary in your hand. The shortest route for the pilgrim from England to Spain is from Plymouth.
I believe that you met Peter Carey as a young sailor there, and you married him soon afterwards.
That is indeed
すごい。
Mr. Holmes.
そうなんや。今、巡礼しか見なかったけど。とりあえずいろんなものを見ていくしかないよな。とりあえず現場か。その死んだ離れの小屋。
It seems that the garden was well maintained.
うん。庭師がいるってことか。なるほど。あれが庭師かな、そこにいる人。 違うわ。なんかないかな。なんか聞こえるよ、なんか。ちょっと中みたいな。
The door is locked.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Holmes, and I'll open it. I locked it yesterday to ensure that no one should enter the cabin and tamper with the evidence.
Ah, good thinking.
Hello, hello, hello.
What is it, Lestrade?
It seems to me that someone has tried to force it, Mr. Holmes.
Let me see. These scratches are fresh. You're right. Someone tried to force open the door.
I swear these scratches were not here yesterday.
Our mysterious visitor came here last night.
Well, he's not the man for the job. This lock is not a difficult one.
Perhaps he did not have the right tool.
とりあえず開けていただいて。さあ、こっからだな。おお、
What a terrible
なかなかのもんっすね。怖っ。
The weapon fully penetrated the body. The
そうで
force
す
of
よ
the blow
ね。
was immense.
相当な力じゃないと無理だな。
This man is in his 50s, yet he still looks quite strong. Peter Carey was fully dressed. He was not caught by surprise. It is possible that he knew his murderer.
ナイフがある。
This blood is from the pool underneath the dead body. This wooden handle is plain and solid. Peter Carey tried to defend himself with this
ああ、なるほどね。
but he did not succeed.
一応これで迎え撃つ気だったんだ。とりあえず開けてくんねえかな。
JHN are probably the initials of the owner of this notebook.
パカって開けらんねえのこれ。で終わりか。証拠品取らないの？
Peter Carey was impaled to the wall.
森か。森ね。とりあえずこのぐらいかな。死体関係は。
The Sea Unicorn. She was the ship that Peter Carey commanded. The murder weapon was probably taken from this rack.
こっから取られた。
Peter Carey's boots. They look to be a size 8.
このサイズよくわかんねえんだよな、8っていうの。
Old navigation instruments. Nothing interesting.
このなもんか。
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884.
シーユニコーン号か。
The tooth of a sperm
マッ
whale,
コウクジラな。
probably from one of Peter Carey's catches.
別に何もねえか。あったあった。あるもんだな。さすがだ。
This place is not covered with dust, like the rest of the shelf. An object was taken from here.
ほほう。
It was larger than a book, a box or a small chest, perhaps.
つくとあれか、強盗殺人みたいなもんか。うん。
Dundee,
ダンディ港。
Hammerfest. It's a whaling map.
あ、なるほどね。捕鯨地図か。
Someone drank from this glass recently.
これやっぱり人が来ててってことかな。
The initials PC have been crudely burned. A sailor's work.
うん。
This aroma is familiar, but to recognize it, I must
Hey.
construct my associations in one picture.
でをうまくこうってことか。これ結構難しいな。要は見れるようにするってことでしょ、これが。ちょうどに。ん？いや。これどう見たらいいんだこれ。うまくこう。こういうことか。どういうことこれ。引きずる。引きずるのはいいんだけど。これ引きずってどうしたらいいんだ。よくわかんねえ。やってることが全然わかんねえ。これなんだこれ先っぽかなのこれ。よくわかんないですけど。こういうふうに見える見えないっていうのではないのか。 これ上下しか動かない。これじゃないのこれ。飛ばしていいもう。よくわかんないですけど、これ。やってることが。
Yes. This is a coarse tobacco, quite strong and very
こういうこと、
popular
こういう
among
風になる
sailors.
の？へ
Rum, a sailor's drink. It seemed that Captain Carey was
え。
enjoying a
そうだ
drink
ね。
before he
それはわ
met
か
his
わかる。
death.
酒をなんかどうこうっていうのはすごいわかった。で、なんか騒いだっていうのはなんか見た。あれ、血の海って全部探さなかったっけ？これか、やっぱこれちゃんと開けたなかったってことか。どこから見たら開けれるんだ、これ。それがわかんないんだけど。普通だったら開くって出たのにな。これか。
The pattern of the blood stain indicates that the notebook was not lying on the floor prior to the crime, but it was dropped into the pool of blood after the death of Peter Carey.
これで調べたことになるのかな、とりあえず。まだだな。あ、なんかいろいろ
These abbreviations mean
文字
something,
書いてある。
but what?
何これ。うん。から推理するの？待ち伏せを計画する。
Someone was here yesterday. They attempted to force the door to gain entry.
うん。ややこしいな、いろいろこれ。
Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think?
I think that we are lucky
And why is that?
because of last night's attempted break-in.
Oh, you've lost me.
It is very probable that whoever came here hoped to find the door open. They tried to force it with a knife blade, but they failed. What will they do? Why return tonight when they will be better prepared?
Aha. So what do you propose?
We shall remain on the outside near the window, where we stand the best chance of catching sight of our visitor. Well, gentlemen, ready your pistols. We have a long night ahead of us.
そうだ、結構ね、
Mr. Holmes?
結構拳銃使うシーン多いんですよね。ホームズ。
We need to
Nice
find a
day.
good place for an ambush. Perhaps behind Carey's cabin, near the window.
裏ね。
This looks like the perfect hiding place.
これでいいの？あ、L3、R3 を同時に押したらいいの？おう。これ難しいな。思ったより。 だいぶ難しいぞ。これで夫人が来たらびっくりするけどな。
Shh. Did you hear that?
男だな。
There's someone there. I'm gonna collar him.
I'll be right behind you.
Police! Hold it right there.
どうやって走るんだろ
Mr. Holmes, come and see what we've caught in our net.
う。はいはい。庭師かな。
All right, my fine fellow. Who are you and what are you doing here?
You're detectives, I suppose. You imagine that I'm connected with the death of Captain Carey. I assure you
うわ
I'm
めっちゃハエがかかってる。
Innocence? And what are you doing in his cabin?
Shall I tell you? You came to retrieve what you had lost after killing Peter Carey, but we were here waiting for you.
What is your name?
John Hopley Nelligan, but I didn't.
Do you deny that you came here yesterday?
No, but yes, it's just that I couldn't.
I'm tired of this. Off we go to the yard.
早っ。
I'll see that you're put in front of the judge.
What? But you can't. I'm not. It's a terrible mistake.
Enough.
殺してはないのか
Explain all
な。
that to the judge. You're coming with me to the yard.
But
In light of recent events, it seems evident that your coming here was unnecessary. All the same, I'm very grateful to you, Mr. Holmes.
You are welcome, Inspector, but please don't be too hard on our young fellow. I would like to question him tomorrow morning.
とりあえずは捕まえたけど、メディカルの所持品を調べる。うん。とりあえず
Good morning, Mr. Holmes. Can I help you?
Good morning, Constable. I would like to speak to the fellow who was arrested at Woodman's Lee last night.
Ah, the young man. He's waiting in the interrogation room. You can go straight through. His belongings are held in the evidence room.
証拠保管
Thank
室。
you.
証拠保管室ね。
Mr. Holmes?
どこだろう、証拠保管室。ここか
These are the suspect's belongings.
指輪。
And partner, 1883. A
ハンカ
handkerchief
チ。
with the initials JHN.
一緒だな、これと。
A pocket knife. It was used to force the door of Peter Carey's cabin. The notebook that we found on Peter Carey's cabin floor. These abbreviations mean something, but what?
あるものが必要。
These abbreviations mean something, but what?
あるものってなんだ。へえ。あ、本当だ。一人称になるわ。想像力。よくわからんが。とりあえず取り調べ室行きましょうか。
Mr. Holmes?
さあ、ちょっと聞きたいことが。
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know. I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't. If I told you, it would only make things worse.
But I will find out eventually, Mr. Nelligan. The sea knife was found near Carey's body. Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, did Mr. Carey try to defend himself or to attack you with it?
I don't know. I didn't kill anyone.
お金はないよね。多分。タコ。傷跡。何があるんだ、その前に。目か。目のあたりか。帽子の次に何があるんだ。なんかわかんねえ。これか。短い袖。細い首。
Well, I will see you soon, young man.
Please let me go. I'm innocent.
違うな。
What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
これだな、どっちかっていうと。
I need to stage a reconstruction. I'm sure that Watson would be happy to oblige.
「準備するんやけど、ワトソン。走れないのこれ、そういや。それがめんどくさいな。こいつは絶対違うな。まだ推理どうこうじゃねえな。まだ足りないな、いろいろ。これ、この事件だけですげえ時間かかるんじゃねえのこれ、本当に。
A spot of whaling, Watson. Would you care to take part?
Are you serious?
No, but we do need to clarify what happened on the night of Black Peter's murder.
A reenactment, then? Is something bothering you?
The sailor's knife, Watson. Why was it on the floor?
Peter Carey attempted to defend himself?
It is possible. But if that is the case, then it alters many things.
I don't quite follow you.
Tell me, my friend, what is the animal closest to man, morphologically, I mean?
猿。
Ah, I see what you're getting at, Holmes. You asked me that once before, on the Ripper case, I believe. Do you want to slit some more pigs' throats?
No.
Thank goodness for that.
I wish to impale one with a harpoon.
Wonderful.
Watson, let us pay a visit to our butcher friend in Whitechapel. We require the carcass of a well-fed pig.
And the harpoon?
One of the harpoons on the wall of Black Peter's cabin should do quite nicely.
肉屋に行くのわざわざこれでこっから。
I need to take a harpoon with me.
あ、そうか、森がいるのか、まず。じゃあまず、木こりのここ行って森をってことだけ。ああ、忙しい。めんどくさい。もうちょっと、ファストトラベルできねえかな。小屋に行って、この森か。
That should do it. Now I am ready for the experiment.
とりあえずこれで、足跡。肉屋に行って豚の死骸買って。
Well, here we are in the preparation room. I can't say that I like the smell of it much. What do you intend to do?
To indulge myself in a little experiment. The challenge of lancing a pig's carcass with a heavy harpoon.
A little experiment?
Stand aside, Watson. This might be dangerous. I am not well practiced in this exercise.
ですよね。
Holmes, you should aim for the mark in order to perform the most reliable test.
息を止める。
Holmes, you should try to aim.
これだ、今ダメなのなんじゃ。くそー、まだでかねえな、これ。タイミング結構難しい。思ったより。ちょっと早いのか。
The harpoon has struck. Holmes, you should try to.
あれダメだろこれでも。何がダメなんだこれ。合ってんじゃん完全に。あ、やっといった。
This is the best possible result that I could get. Do you see, Watson? Throwing a harpoon and pinning a man to a wall requires either exceptional strength and training or diabolical luck.
If it was luck, then it was a chance in 1,000 that night.
Well, yes. Let us leave now.
All right. But before we go, I suppose I'll have to pay for all these carcasses you.
気持ちわかるな。
Please hurry.
Of course.
盛り投げる準備完了。実験の準備完了っていうかもう終わったけどね。とりあえずこれでじゃあトランドヤードに行って聞かなきゃいけないのか。ちょっと彼では無理だろうな、それをするのは。まあ聞かなきゃわかんねえか。
What am I doing here? What am I doing here? I've done nothing wrong.
あれダメなのか。
What am I doing here?
ここじゃないのか。次どこ行けんだよ。 まだ聞かなきゃいけないこと多いな。あと暗号を解くためのもんが箱の中にあったんじゃねえか。そんな気がするんだけどな。違うのかな。
Is this your husband's tobacco pouch?
I'm not sure. It might be, but he hadn't smoked in a
そうな
very
んだ。
long time.
へえ。
The garden is very large and well maintained. Do you employ someone to look after it?
It is true. There is a lot of work.
ええ。
My husband took care of
違
it
うの
himself.
か。旦那さんがやったの。すげえ。
Your husband's private papers. Do you know where they are?
There was a small tin box, barely larger than a book. He kept his papers there. It should be somewhere in his cabin.
Thank you, madam.
うん。庭師がいない。吸わない。これももう何もあれだな。うん。とりあえずまたいろんなもん探すしかないな。ここなんだろう。関係ないか。でもこうなったら、もう部屋の中とかも探すしかねえんじゃねえのこれ。家の中とか。それ探せないのか。つうことはもうけど、小屋の中で探すもんないよ。基本的に。まだ探すべきもあるかな。これようなとにかくな、ほんと。
This place is not covered with dust. An object was taken.
それがどこに行ったのかが問題だ。
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1878 to 1884. Peter Carey was her captain.
興味ある対象物。これでもう消えないんだよな、さっきから。普通調べたら、緑になるのに、 だけど何年だよな。これしゃがむとかないのこれ。柱あるわ。ただ
The ship's logs of the Sea Unicorn for the years 1870.
難しいなこのゲーム。
Peter Carey was her captain.
思ったより全然わからん。こいつもこれ出すけど、なんもないんですけど、こうやって見たところで何も出てこないんですが、この第六感的なやつ。ここいけないのこれ。暗号だな、問題は。でも暗号で使えるもんがないんだよな。あ、走ろう。とりあえずもう一回ちょっとデーカー街とか帰ってみる。よくわかんねえから。
Good gracious, you caught someone. At least now you have a suspect.
まあ一応はね、
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British
こん
Empire.
なにいたんだな。びっくりした
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
どうすべきか。
A map of London and the surrounding area. It could be useful.
あとは何をするのが
My
いいか。
archive. I can always consult with it if needed. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
レストレードさんにちょっと話聞こうかな。ちょっとまだ推理がうまくいかないな。どこにいるんだろう。こことか開けられないのかな。どこに繋がってんだここ。びっくりするわ。なんだここは。死体の解剖する場所ってことはあれか、死んだ時の。今回事件関係ねえな、じゃあ。そこにあるからまだ。
Locked.
けどまだ
What am I doing here?
だよ
I've done
ね
nothing。wrong.
結局だからこれでいくと話が進まない。ってことはもう現場行くしかねえ。これは難しいですよ。30時間で終わるのか、今度これ。走れ走れー。回、こっちじゃねえ。間違えた。違う。これじゃねえ、これじゃねえ。これだな。けど尋問はもう終わっちゃってるんですよね。やっぱり所持品調べるってやつか。 調べてるけど、使えるもんがねえんだよな、今な。実際。使えたらいいんですけどね。使えるもんがあったらいいんですけど、今ちょっともう手持ちの武器の中ではないな。全然。からもう一回ちょっと走っていって、こうか。これだな。とにかくこれが分かんないと。けどこれ自体はもうないでしょ、さすがにね。これか。R ドーソン。
To my friend Dawson. I've seen this name before. Perhaps my archive holds.
なるほど、これか。そうか、これでやっぱり話進むんだ。やっぱちゃんとしなきゃ。じゃあ、よかった、ちょっと話進んだ。よかった、よかった。やっぱり、いろいろ必要っすね、調べることが。R ドーソン。これ自分で推理組み立てていかなきゃいけないでしょ。これが難しいですよね。普通のアドベンチャーみたいにね、こう一本同士になって選択肢選ぶんだったら楽なんですけど。科学じゃねえんじゃねえか。一回見せて。検索するのいいんだけど。
That is not the one I need.
これか？
Here it is.
こういうことか。難しいな、これ。
Understand that young man's story, but I am still unclear as to what connects him with the murder. It is time to ask him.
うん。失踪を遂げた。ヨットに乗り込んでるとこだった。で、もう一回、取り調べか。これは、動画向きだったかもな、配信より。こういういらんところ全部切って、聞く方が正解だったかもしれない、もしかしたら。これは。これでやったら長いな、これ先。面白いけど。
I have heard the story of Dawson and Nelligan, the West Country
銀行
bankers.
か。
Yes. Joshua Nelligan was my
ああ
father.
お父さんなんだ。
I am aware that it had a bad ending. When the bank
へ
failed,
え。
it ruined half the families of Cornwall, whereupon Joshua Nelligan disappeared.
My father
だ
was
からちょっ
under
と金
extraordinary
持ちなと
pressure.
ころと金持ちなところある
Dawson
の
had
か。
retired. I was only 10 years of age at the time, but it was still old enough to feel the shame that befell our family. My father was convinced that he could pay off all his debts if the creditors gave him time. He set sail for Hammerfest in Norway in his small yacht, just a few days before an arrest warrant was issued. He left my mother a list of the securities he was taking. No word was ever heard from him again. We believe that his vessel went down, taking with it everyone and everything on board.
Thank you.
それを引き上げたのがあいつってこと
At
か。
last, we are making some progress.
じゃあこれ
The police seized this valuable ring from you. Whose is it?
I didn't steal it from anyone. It has always belonged to me.
指輪の彫刻か。
The ring's date of engraving is many years ago. You would have been a child then, hardly in any position to receive such an item from a partner. So, Mr. Nelligan, who is the true owner of the ring?
The ring is mine.
No, Mr. Nelligan. I believe that the ring had belonged to your father.
Oh, but how do you know?
The jacket you are wearing is made of an expensive
So.
fabric that only a man of exceptional wealth could afford. You do not seem to me to be a rich man, Mr. Nelligan. Furthermore, the garment is ill-fitting. It is quite clear that it belonged to someone else, most probably your father. With your father gone and taking with him the family's wealth, as a little boy you had to find yourself a manual job, and it was most probably cleaning fish.
だからか。
You cut your
だから
hands
タコとか
often
傷か。
while working. I can tell from the scars.
I'm speechless, Mr. Holmes. It all happened exactly as you say.
これ間違ってもいけるんだな、選択肢。よかったよかった。
Joshua Nelligan and Peter Carey were both at sea in Norway. There is definitely some connection between Peter Carey and Joshua Nelligan's disappearance.
交換しちゃいたいのか。なるほどね。面白くなってきたな。急ごう急ごう。面白いですけど、やめときが難しいですね。だからこの事件をうまくいいタイミングで解決できたらいいんですけどね。さあさあ、じゃあ公開にしよう。
1883. That's the one I need. This is the crew list of the Sea Unicorn.
ああ。ピーター・ケアリー。あるね。
Log notes for June. Nothing unusual. Log notes for July. Nothing special. Log notes for August. These pages have been... Canadian Pacific Railway, CPR. A torn piece from a bond certificate. I have seen this abbreviation somewhere very recently. There are 3 ways of discovering what happened in August of 1883 aboard the Sea Unicorn.
死人と会話無理でしょ。
The first 2 of these will require speaking with a dead man. The last would be to locate
捕鯨業
vital
を
witnesses,
した船乗り。
the sailors involved in this whale hunt campaign.
なるほど。ベーカー街にどっかにいる。さあ探そう。どうやって探すんだい？
Something new, Watson. I have the list of sailors who were aboard the Sea Unicorn. We shall soon learn what happened to Nelligan's father. I have only to find them. Let us hope they are still working at the harbour.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard...
I doubt it, Watson. And really, I would prefer that all of this remains quiet for now. But I have another solution.
専
I'll
門
call in
家
a。specialist.
And who might they be?
The secret police division of Baker Street.
そんなのあんの？
Ah, you mean young Wiggins and his gang.
Yes. Believe me, you'll receive more useful assistance from these little urchins than from a dozen yard detectives. Those children are everywhere. They see and hear everything, and they are cunning. All they lack is organization. I'll summon them.
翻訳がおかしいな。
There is always a watch beneath our window. I have only to call him.
よろしく。
Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Wiggins, I need you to track down certain people for me. I'll give you a list. You can read, can't you?
Big Oliver from our gang. He can, because his father is the coachman of a famous
へ
lawyer.
え。
Fascinating. Here is the list of sailors.
Sailors? Easy. Just got to look where the rum and the red lights are.
へえ。すごいな。
Sorry to trouble you, Mr. Holmes, but the inspector asks that you come to the station as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'll be there shortly.
忙しいな。
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to see you.
As always, what happened?
We have a new suspect, Liam Hurtley.
おう。
I'm thinking that this case
容
will
疑
be
者。
solved very quickly now.
Interesting. Pray tell.
Well, the constable that I left at Woodman's Lee noticed a suspicious individual prowling around during the night.
Do you have him here?
Yes, he refuses to speak with us, but we'll make him talk.
Let us hope so.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. The constable told me that at
手
the time
紙。
of his arrest, the fellow was writing a letter.
Do you have it?
Of course. It's in the evidence.
証拠保管
At
室
your
に
disposal.
行っていいの？
Admit that for once, Mr. Holmes, Scotland Yard is a step ahead of you, eh?
Breathtaking.
まあ別に勝負じゃねえしな。
These are the suspect's belongings.
ほう。まずは万年筆か。
Nothing unusual about it.
ブーツ。
Liam Hurtley's old boots. They're a size 9.5.
これが問題やつか。
The stains are fresh. They can be removed with the proper chemicals.
化学薬品。これがめんどくさいな。いちいちこれでいちいち変えなあかんの。化学薬品か。こうかな。
I need to prepare a chemical agent that is capable of removing fresh
Oh.
ink. For this purpose, the chemicals from the flasks should be combined in a certain order to perform a chain reaction. First condition, all 7 reagents
全部
should
使う。
be used. Second condition, orange reagent
3番目にオ
should
レ
be
ン
the
ジ。
third one in the sequence after the blue reagent. Third condition, colorless
着は
reagent
白。
should be added after the orange reagent.
7つ全部使う。青のやつ絶対オレンジってオレンジだと無色なんやけん。青は青ってできんよな。青緑青か。緑青って言って、でオレンジ。でオレンジ無色オレンジ無色。オレンジ無色、無色、オレンジ、無色。これでいいはずだ。
Done.
よ
Now I
し。
can proceed further. Let us see if the content of this letter sheds a little light upon the mystery.
こんなの別にいらねえんじゃねえの、する必要。必要読めるようになったかな、これでほとんど。こんでいけるかな。
I did as you asked and hid them well. Interesting. How would Hurtley react to this?
これをハードに見せたいってことね。ほう、これはかかるな。最初の事件とかだったら30分で終わると思ったのにな。まあ変なミニゲーム部分はね、飛ばしてもいいと思うんですよね。2つだったら。無理にやる必要ねえかなっていう。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I would like to ask you a few questions.
I've already told the police that I've nothing to say. And you're not even part of the police.
うん、まあね。
Precisely. And considering your situation, it might be wise to speak with someone who is, shall we say, rather more neutral. You are a suspect in a murder case.
I know. Inspector Lestrade told me.
うん。
It's ridiculous.
Could you at least tell me who you are and exactly what happened that you should be brought here?
そうそう。
My name is Liam Hurtley. That I can tell you. But you're not getting any more than that.
Well, we shall see. So tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what did you hide?
Hide? What are you talking about?
I did as you asked and hid them well. Should I continue?
My letter? But the ink? That's impossible.
A touch of chemistry, nothing special.
Well, you're a smart one. But it's nothing. If you want to know, I was referring to my tools. It was to do with my work, see?
I will check that, Mr. Hurtley.
うん。どこを見たらいいんだ。庭師の手。植物の死骸。冠柄があったハンカチか。本当の庭師だな、この人。終わったけど。まだある。さあ、あれがなったのか。
That's all for now.
これでいいの？庭師か。この人話聞いた方が早いんじゃねえかな。うん。
Does the name Liam Hurtley mean anything to you?
は
No, I don't know anyone by
い。
that.
へえ。
Thank you, madam.
ってことはどういうこっちゃ？ うん。何を隠しているのか。未だにわかんねえな。こいつは難しいぜ、マジで。どっちだろう、わかんないな。違うな。どうしたらいいんだろう。
A new suspect, but this one refuses to talk. This case is more interesting than I first imagined.
知らんとこねえな。もう一回聞きに行くか。全然知らない人があそこにいるっていうのおかしな話だよなけど。
I'm not saying another word.
ってことは今はとりあえずいけねえってことか。今は喋ることがないっていうことは。問題はこれなんだよな。こいつが分かったらいいんだけど。これと関係あるのか。なるほど。8532、これか。
Now we have the proof that Nelligan's papers were indeed here. It seems that they have vanished, however.
結構増えたか、これで。ああ、なるほどな。けどちょっとこいつがやっぱやったとは考えにくいな。
I'm not saying an
とりあえずじゃあこれで。けど箱が見つからないこと話になんねえな。箱が。 の箱ほんとどこ行ったんだ？絶対あいつが持ってそうだけどな。
Who could do such a thing? My poor husband.
いやもう全部調べるも絞ってるしな。有価証券の件は終わっちゃったから。マークツ何なんだろうな。そういう使い道を見つける。これで見つけるってことかな、もしかして。違うな。とやっぱりこいつハートレーのブーツか、やっぱり一致した。じゃあこれか、やっぱ。だけどここで何かをしていたっていう事実がとりあえず見つかったから、やった可能性やっぱハートレーの方が強えな。庭師でもない人間が。こいつが何者かにもよるけど。
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Tell me, Mr. Hurtley, what were you doing at Woodman's Lee?
Woodman's Lee? I've never been there.
The second pair of boots that you had with you when you were arrested perfectly match the footprints found near the cabin where Peter Carey was murdered.
Footprints? That's your proof? How many men have boots like mine? That doesn't make me a murderer.
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
違うんか。
Now that your presence at Woodman's Lee has been proven, would you care to explain it?
I don't remember. What would I be doing there anyway?
庭師。
Because you are the gardener at Woodman's Lee.
I'm not. How did you...
I observed your hands. They told me that you work with the earth. Small fragments of plants snagged in your trousers indicate that you were mowing very recently. But the most obvious clue presented itself in the bird embroidered on your handkerchief. A crested tit.
ハンカチで。
All right, you got me. Yes, I am a gardener, and I went there to get my tools.
That's all for now. Hurtley's stories are false leads, but now I know one thing for certain. I must
ああ、なる
examine
ほど
the
な。
site where the garden tools are kept at Woodman's Lee.
これでまた現場に行って、ほんと現場100回ってよく言ったもんだな。めんどくせー。探偵って大変。ほんと話を見てる、ドラマ見てる方が楽だな。庭師用の用具で多分あれだろうな。これしかないから。
Locked.
鍵を持ってないですか、ご婦人。
Madam, we have information that the valuable stolen papers are hidden amongst the garden tools here at Woodman's Lee. We need to find them.
Oh my. Our tools are kept inside the shed that's right behind me. Here is the key to open it.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you. この中に箱があるんじゃないの？
Let's see what could be hidden here.
盗まれた箱が絶対あると思うな。床？何も見えないけど。合ってない板。これか。これどうやって見るんだこれ。こうか。やっぱあったー、箱あったー。イエーイ。開くのか、それよりこれ。
Let us see what is in this box.
またこういう。めんどくせえ仕掛け。あれちょっと違うな。ちょっとずれてるな。いけた？これで。よし、いけた。よっしゃ、いたー。手紙の束。
A bundle of letters in a woman's hand with the Carey family monogram. Hurtley and Mrs.
ああ、なるほど。
That is interesting.
ということになると、どうなんだろう。ケアリーからハートレイに頼んだのか、ハートレイが独自でやったのかっていうところがちょっと微妙だよな。うんうん。ということはやっぱこいつが勝手にやってたことだね、ハートレイが。なるほど。まあ、とりあえずハートレイがやったことは分かった。
Madam, I am aware of your affinity with Liam Hurtley.
What are you talking about?
Madam, I am aware of your affinity.
どれが選択合ってるの？
What are you talking about?
Mrs. Carey, we found your letters.
My letters? I asked Liam to return them to me. I wanted to burn them.
Why did Mr. Hurtley put them inside the garden shed?
I don't know. I wanted them back, but I couldn't see him, not after what happened.
Well, here they are.
Oh, this is terrible. Terrible. Liam, how could he? After what he has done.
You believe that he killed your husband?
No, I do not know. I do not know. Leave me alone, please.
Thank you, madam. I wonder if Wiggins has managed to find any sailors.
あ、そうだよな。船乗りだな。やったのかな？どっちだろうな。微妙だな。やってるかどうかと言われると確かにここは。この可能性はないとは言い切れねえな。これもけど微妙なんだよな。どっちかって言われると。ただな、問題はな、この後の船の男だよな。やったのだけど、そいつの可能性高いな。ハートレーっていうのもちょっと考えにくい。だけど森をさせる可能性があるってやっぱ船乗りになりますからね。3人いるのか。
Mr. Holmes, we found the sailors from that list you gave us.
Well done, Wiggins. Let me see.
ただハートリーが依頼した可能性はあるな、まだな。1週間前死亡？森内が？
This is interesting. Let us review the other sailors now. This man is a harpooner,
こいつだ。
and his initials
こいつ
are
だ。
PC, the same initials that were found on the
こいつだ
tobacco
ぞ。
pouch. Wiggins, could you gather some information on one of the sailors that you found? His name is Patrick Cairns.
We found Patrick Cairns.
Good job, Wiggins. Where is he?
He lives in a small furnished dump,
ゴミ屋敷。
but he's always at the SWICH pub, where he does arm wrestles for money and drinks.
Excellent. Here is your reward. 2 guineas.
Thank you, sir.
で、しかし今度、
If I wish to speak to Cairns without alarming him,
船乗
I
り
had
ね。
better dress as a sailor.
これがあるんだよな。この変装っていうのが。なんですかあったな。結構早い段階あった気がする。これだ。なのにな。何が合うんだろ こんな感じでいいか。
Now I can approach Cairns and see if he recognizes the pouch.
よし、最後。ほんと探偵って大変。どれがそうなの？こいつか？違うな。こいつか？おお、感じ。
Hello there. Are you Cairns?
What do you want?
We've heard all about the gambling on arm wrestling here. You seem like the likely sort, and I'm up for it.
I start at 10 shillings.
Suits me.
連打勝負？これめんどくせえな。一回だけやってダメだったらもう変えますね。難しいよこれ。よくわかんねえ。飛ばす。やり方がわかんねえ。やり方が。
You were lucky. I wasn't focused. Let's go again.
I've had enough. You're too strong.
Come back later when you can use your arms again.
ダメなのこれ。勝てって電池で勝たなきゃいけないのこれ。
I'm ready to try again.
Fine. If you want me to take all your
もう飛ばしますよ。ここはもう。
problem with that.
飛ばします。
Well, good for you, I reckon. You're stronger than you look. Here's your 10 shillings.
I'd like to buy you a drink.
Good winner as well.
でもこのミニゲームを飛ばせるっていうのは英断ですよね。本当に考えたら。やりたきゃやれよって感じのね、ところがいいですね。
You're a good type. Seems you've managed to settle down in life. You've got money, eh?
Not all that much.
Oh, well. At least you're not as poor as me.
Why do you say poor? You're not working?
I'm a harpooner. But you see, the whalers are rare. They don't pay
なるほ
much.
どな。
So as a result, find myself arm wrestling to pay for my drink.
A harpooner. Interesting. You've had a lot of adventures, I bet.
Of course.
うん。
It's been a dozen years since I've sailed. I've seen everything.
おう。
Old Wallace, damn Black Peter, Great Roger.
希望
sailed
法
to the Cape of Good Hope.
Black Peter, you say? I've heard rumors about that one.
He was the worst of them all. He was a liar, and violent too. Swinging those fists of his around. He was a tyrant, and not much of a captain. At least, not as good as Great Roger.
I see.
うん。
Yes. I was told terrible tales about
何を
Black
話すの？
Peter.
But you ain't heard the worst.
Tell me, and let's have another drink.
It was in 1883 that it happened. The August of that year. Peter Carey was captain of the Sea Unicorn, and I was a spare harpooner. We were coming out of the ice pack way home, one evening we saw a little craft that had been blown north.
あ、やっぱこれか。
One man on her, and he wasn't a
言
sailor.
ってた
The crew
盗み働いたこのお父ちゃんだな。
They made for the Norwegian coast in the dinghy. I guess they all drowned. We took the man on board.
And who was he?
I don't know. During the crossing, he and the skipper enjoyed some long talks. His baggage
ブリキの
was just
箱。
a tin box.
That's strange enough.
Aye. Even stranger was that on the
Eh.
second night, he disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to him. And of
殺
course,
したってことかな。
nobody could ask Black Peter about it.
You know what happened, don't you?
I do. I saw the skipper tie his heels
やっぱりか
in the middle of my watch on that dark night. 2 days before we sighted the Shetland lights.
Black Peter's a murderer.
Aye. Those that know him wouldn't be surprised to hear it. But all this must stay between us. All right?
Of course.
とりあえず。どこを見るんだ。黄色い爪。タトゥーか。
Back in a second. I'm off to the Kazi.
I'll be here with my drink.
タバコ入れの所有者を確かめる。タバコ入れの所有者を確かめる。これか。これかどこにあるんだ今。確かめるのいいんだけど。あれって現場に置きっぱなしか？
I am not finished here.
忍ばせるって言われてもな。どうやってすんの？トイレどこだよ。忍ばせるのどうやってすんの？ それがわかんねえ。忍ばせ方がわかんねえ。このゲーム結構その辺は難しいんですよね、なんかね。これだろ、これ。だからこれなのはわかるんですけど。こうでいいのか。なんだ、半じゃねえか。
Here it is.
そんな簡単なことだったのかい。
Have you got any tobacco? I've run out of mine.
Nah, I lost my pouch. I don't know where. Wait a minute. What's this?
Oh, is this your tobacco pouch?
Well, oh, it is.
Well, I have to go now. I know a captain who's planning an expedition to Cape Cod. Captain Ahab's his name. He commanded the Pequod. He might need good harpooners. I'll tell him about you.
Maybe. If you like, aye.
I'm done here. It's time to leave.
こんでいいのか、本当に。うん。この可能性はあるよね。うん、まあとりあえずもうちょっと話聞いてからにしようか。今は一番これが可能性高いな。まあ高いだけですけどね。ただこのジョン・ネリガンが役目は何だろうかっていうのをちょっと気になるんだよな、これが。この学校で大丈夫かな。
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
あ、いけるわ。あ、ちょっと着替えてるわ。よかったよかった。びっくりした。
I'm not saying a
もうあいつに会えないのかな、そういえば。
Please escort this suspect
そうそう。
for interrogation.
いたいた。ちょっとこいつに最後ちょっと話を。
Tell me, Mr. Nelligan, what exactly were you hoping to find inside Peter Carey's cabin?
I was trying to find some information about my father.
違うか。
I assume you had another purpose, to retrieve the bond certificates. Am I correct?
Yes.
そ
I
うだね、やっぱ
discovered
り
some
な。
time ago that a few of the missing securities had reappeared on the London market. You can imagine my amazement. I spent months trying to find them, and at last I discovered that the original seller had been Captain Peter Carey. These papers, they belong to my family, but I could not find them there.
That's all for now. Well, I will see you soon, young man.
とりあえずここまで終わったな、じゃあ。
I'm not saying another word.
これ基本的には終わったかな。これってセーブできねえの？そういや。何これ？
How is the investigation going, Mr. Holmes? Do you have any idea who the murderer is yet?
そうだな。あれでいいのかな。そうですよね。これで多分なんか綺麗に通ってる気がする、筋が全部ね。とりあえず今回は今後ケアンズが犯人で行ってみましょうか。結論は。ただまあこれはまああれ違うじゃなくて使した計画ではなかったと思うな。はい。これで終わりにします。どうでしょうか。
Good afternoon. I must be at the wrong address. I'd like to speak with the ship's captain, a Captain Ahab. Is that you?
No, my name is Sherlock Holmes.
That detective fella? So, you wanted to see me?
That is correct. We need to talk.
About what?
About Black Peter, who was killed in his own hut with a harpoon.
You know, don't you?
Yes,
How?
the tobacco pouch. You recognized it.
The sailor. It was you. Unbelievable. Well, fine.
そりゃそうだ。
I confess. But if you really do know everything,
だろう
you should
ね。
also know that I didn't want to kill him. He made me do it.
I know. Did you know about this story with the bond certificates? Did you need money?
Yeah.
これ1回でこの2時間かかるんですかね、もしかして。
I'm out of
普通
work.
にやって。じゃあこれ1回の配信で1つの事件ですね、これやるんだったら。
Outright, and he insulted me. I reminded him. I knew all
しかも
about
最初の事件でこれかよ。めっちゃ難しいぞ、このゲーム。
Then he got mad when I spoke about his treasure. I barely just had time to throw the harpoon at him before he could jump at me with his knife. You know the truth. What will you do now?
I ask that you return the bond certificates. Keep some of them. You will need them in your exile. It is better that you leave the country for a few years.
And you won't say anything to the police?
I will not say anything as long as you return the money.
Well, I'll do as you ask. But what about Inspector Lestrade?
I will deal with him. Goodbye.
It's good that you asked me to come, Mr. Holmes. We do need to talk.
About what?
What do you mean? Our case, Mr. Holmes. You sent me a message via your little thug,
His name is Wiggins, Inspector.
telling me that the case is solved. Well, Mr. Holmes, tell me, who is our murderer and where is he?
The morgue.
Eh?
His name is, or rather was, Pablo Coventral. He was also on the ship with Peter Carey, and he was a harpooner. I'll tell you
本当
everything.
死んでた森内をこれにしたのか。
Mrs. Hudson will bring us tea and orange cake.
Orange cake? You're spoiling me, Mr. Holmes. That's my favourite.
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Inspector Lestrade told me that I should thank you for clearing my name. He also said that you were waiting for me here. I came as fast as I could. I cannot thank you enough. It is all because of you that this nightmare is finally over.
I believe that this belongs to you.
My father's securities. Incredible. But how did you get them?
It would take far too long to explain.
Tell me. This is extraordinary. You are a genius.
Then
これは
that
関
is
係者
sufficient
の
explanation.
その
Goodbye, Mr. Nelligan, and good luck.
Goodbye, Mr. Holmes. And thank you. A
あれで
thousand
しょ
times thank you.
ことも気にかけいかんでしょ。難しいなこれ。あ、けどこれあれか。そういうのを選べるんですね。なるほど。いえいえ、これで OK です。哀れみの心。まあなかなか面白いですけど、これは難しいな。
This trip to the countryside will be good for you, Holmes. As your friend,
まあ、ここでやめましょうか。はーい。ということで、今回はここまでになります。皆様お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございました。シャーロック・ホームズ、罪と罰。まず一つ目のね、事件をちょっと解決してみましたけど、いかがだったでしょうか。いやー、これはなかなか、まあ、シビアとは言わないですけど、面白いですね。うん。ただ、ちょっとやっぱかかるなっていう時間がこう、今まあだいぶ手探りでやりましたけど、やっぱそれを除いてもね、こう推理を組み立っていくこととかね、まああとミニゲームとかも適度にありますし、まあ、うまくゲームを落とし込んでるなと思いました。ただちょっとこれね、かかりますね。クリアまで時間が。まあけど、一つ一つの事件に章立てられてるので、だからまあ続きというか、まあ、ずっとこれをやるというよりは、時々というかね、たまにやるのが面白いんじゃないかと思いました。なので、まあ次、そうですね、まあ、最終的に全部の物語をクリアしたいんですけど、まあ、だいぶかかりそうなので、まあ、様子見ながらというかね、もう1、2回ぐらいやってみて、かかる時間が同じぐらいだったら、こう2回に1回とか3回に1回ぐらいの感じでこれをやっていくのがいいかなと思いますんでね。いやー、まあ僕がやったね、今回の選択が正しいかどうかはわかりませんけどもね。まあただ、今後こういう感じで進んでいくんだなって分かったのでよかったなと思います。またね、次回も、とりあえずまあ次回もこのシャーロックホームズ続きやりますのでよろしければいらっしゃってください。一応次の配信予定は3日後、8月11日の火曜日ですかね。日月か。水曜か。日月か、そうです。水曜日ですね。水曜日の同じぐらいの時間帯ですかね。だいたい1時から2時ぐらいの間でスタートという形でやりたいと思いますのでよろしければいらしてください。またね、配信のない 日はだいたい18時から動画の、ゲーム実況動画を上げておりますので、そちらもよろしければお願いいたします。それではまた次の動画ライブ配信でお会いしましょう。さよなら、お疲れ様でした。ありがとうございました。